What you don't realize yet is that you are operating from an invisible script. You are earning good income, but somehow there's still these quiet anxieties around money, especially around investing. Our financial decisions are often driven more by ever feel like your money story isn't entirely your own, like you're following a script that you never auditioned for. You work hard, you try to make smart choices, but when you look at your bank account or your investment portfolio, or maybe you don't even have any yet, it feels like you're just rerunning a story that has been played out before. If you ever felt that, then this conversation is for you. Hello everyone and Xin Chào, I'm Yui, a dentist based in Singapore. In this channel, we choose intentions over autopilot by sharing honest stories and lessons that help us build a life of true freedom. Let's grow together toward a life we truly love. Now I know you're feeling a bit stuck. You are a young dentist, a young professional. You are earning good income, but somehow there's still these quiet anxieties around money, especially around investing. It feels like this huge, complicated world that's just not for you. What you don't realize yet is that you are operating from an invisible script. It's a set of beliefs and rules around money that was handed to you silently throughout your childhood. We all have one. It's the echo of our parents' wallets, their dinner table conversations around bills, their anxieties and their triumphs. As Margaret Housel writes in The Psychology of Money, our financial decisions are often driven more by the story we tell ourselves rather than spreadsheets and data. So what does this script look like? Well, they often come from opposing pairs. Did you grow up in a house where the script was one of scarcity, where the constant message was, the money doesn't grow on trees? That script can be useful, it can teach us to be frugal, but it can lead to a paralyzing fears of spending money even when you have it. Or ironically, to impulsive overspending later in life as a form of rebellion. On the other side, maybe your script was once of abundance, where money was never an issue. This can build confidence, but it may leave you without the skills to budget or save when you're on your own. Or how about debt? For some, the script is debt phobia. Never borrow money for anything. This can keep you safe, but it can also make you terrified of using leverage, like a mortgage to buy homes or a loan to start a business, which are powerful wealth-building tools. For others, the script is a comfort with leverage. They saw their parents use debt to get ahead, but without the right knowledge, that script can lead to a high-interest credit card debt and financial stress. For me, the script was different. Mom and dad are brilliant, hard workers, but their scripts are written on a chapter of fear. They saw a stock market as a casino, a place where you can lose everything. The lesson they taught, without ever saying it directly, was, it's better to be safe than sorry. Don't risk what you have. And I listened. I mirrored their actions. I saved, but I didn't invest. I let my money sit, losing its power to inflation, all because I was running a script that I didn't even know that I had. So why is this so powerful? Why do we replay these habits even that we promise ourselves that we'll be different? Well, there are a few things that are going on in our brains. First, there's observational learning. As kids, our brains are sponges. We see our parents handle a surprise bill, how they talk about their jobs, how they save for a vacation. We observe it all, and it forms a neural pathway, a literal hardwiring for our own financial responses as adults. Second, there is strength comfort in the familiar. Even if your family's financial script were full of stress and anxiety, it's the reality you know. Stepping outside of that to try something new, like investing, can feel scary and uncertain. Your brain naturally wants to pull you back to the familiar pattern, even if it's a detrimental one. It is a survival mechanism that in the modern world can sometimes hold us back. I stayed in my safe zone, not investing for many years. It felt comfortable, responsible even. But in reality, it is the comfort zone of an inherited fear, and it was costing me my future. Okay, this is the important part. This is where the motivation kicks in. Realizing the script exists is the first step, but it's not enough. We have to actively rewrite it, and this is where the works of James Clear in Atomic Habits become our roadmap. You don't rewrite the lifetime of programming overnight. You do it with more consistent atomic actions. First, awareness. You can't change a script you can't read. So grab a journal tonight and answer this. What is the first money lessons that you remember learning from your mom? What about your dad? What did they say about saving, about debt, about rich people? Write it all down without judgment. This is you identifying the code. Second, conscious unlearning. This is where we apply the law of behavior change. You want to learn to invest? Then break it down. Number 1. Make it obvious. Your old script is invisible. Make the new one visible. I want you to write in a sticky note, "My financial future is in my hands," and put it on your laptop. Change your phone's wallpaper to a financial goal. You need to see the new script every single day. 2. Make it attractive. The old script is tied to the comfort of familiar. We need to make the new script more attractive. Pair a new habit with something you love. For example, after I spend 15 minutes reading a book about investing, I get to watch an episode of my favorite show. You're linking the new, slightly uncomfortable habit with immediate reward. 3. Make it easy. This is the most important one. Your fear tells you that investing is too hard, so we start ridiculously small. Don't try to become Warren Buffett in a week. Your goal for this week is just open a brokerage account. That's it. Next week, transfer $50 or 1 million VND into it. As James Clear says, standardize before you optimize. Make the habit of showing up easy. 4. Make it satisfying. Your brains love to see progress. Get a simple calendar and put a big X on every day that you do your new tiny habit. That little hit of dopamine from seeing your progress streak is incredibly powerful. It proves to you on a chemical level that you are becoming a new person. You are becoming an investor. That is how you build a new financial identity. Not by making one giant leap, but by casting hundreds of tiny votes to a person you want to become. Every time you track your expenses, that's a vote. Every time you reach one page of financial book, that's a vote. Every time you automate a small transfer to your investment account, that's a vote. Slowly, you stop being the person who is afraid of investing. You become the person who is learning about the market. Then you become the person who invests every month. This isn't about rejecting your parents or their lessons. It's about gratitude for the script they gave you and the wisdom to know which part to keep and which part to rewrite to fit your stories, your values, and your goals. The freedom you will feel when your financial actions is in perfect alignment with the life you want to build is indescribable. It's a quiet confidence that changes everything. So, it's my message to you. Your money story doesn't have to be a silent echo of someone else. You hold the pen, you can start a new chapter today with one small atomic habit. Now I want to hear from you. Down in the comments, share with me one part of your invisible script. What financial belief you inherited? Sharing it is the first step to change it, and you'll see you are not alone. And if you are ready to start rewriting, click the video here to learn the 7 basic rules of investing, which I'll upload in a couple of days. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.